Hello traders out there in Traderland, my name's Dez here at Grok Trade. This is the weekend edition, good through January 2nd, 2011. Happy New Year's to each and every one of you. It looks like we have, rounding out the year, the Dow is up around 11% with the S&P looking at about 13%. And thanks largely to the best December performance since 1991, the Nasdaq is on track for a 17% gain. Official numbers will be coming in here shortly. I'm doing this right at the close of the market. So anyway, that's a wonderful year to be an investor. Hope everyone fared well. And here we are looking at the daily. We're going to be looking at the daily, weeklies, and monthlies. Stay with me. We have a lot to go over. This is a very important video. Do me and your colleagues a huge favor and pass this video on so everybody can be educated to the technicals that we're showing you here. The S&P daily, we zoom out, big symmetrical triangle. We broke out of that, go into an uptrend, heading northbound. At this moment, we have a high base. High bases are more bullish than they are bearish. However, they can go either direction, but we have a negative divergence on the MACD, pulling in the weekly. The weekly, we also had a symmetrical triangle. We broke out a symmetrical triangle. We did a bull pullback to the 20-week moving average, or the 200-week moving average, and got a bounce up. Usually your legs can consist of around 5 to 6 bars. We're up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with the doji, or what's called a spinning top, at a resistance line. You can see that resistance line coming here. Support, resistance, resistance, and resistance. So on the weekly, looks like there's one place for it to go, and that is down. And that's especially if we drop below 1250. Be watching that. If we go below 1250, that could spell trouble for the markets. Let's bring the monthly in here. Here's the monthly S&P. Big drop, drop, drop. 2009, we rallied hard. Started off last year a little shaky, but we rallied by year's end. Looking really nice. December was just a huge month. I mean, look at this. Boom. Really nice. So we're up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bars. Clearing a resistance line coming across. We do have resistance popping up here at 1289 and 1269 or 1270 and 1292 are the two areas that we're looking for. So can we get another bar or two, another month or two going up? Maybe, maybe not. But listen, on January's can set the tempo for the year. So January is pretty important to us. Let's look at the Dow. Here's the Dow. I know I have a lot of trend lines, but we pop up. We have a high base kind of going, but very choppy. Look at these shadows all over the place. These can break out or down, and today the bears had a shot, couldn't hold it. This is on Friday, and then a few days before, the bulls couldn't bring it up, came right back down. A lot of indecision in the markets. And let's bring in the weekly. On the Dow, we go up, 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 bull pullback, rallied up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bars with a doji closing out the week. Dojis are indecision candlesticks. If we go lower than 11,500, that could be trouble. We do have support though at 11,443. But anyway, it looks like we're not going to hit this upper trend line. If that's the case, it starts to drop. This will become a rising wedge that could start to roll over. And here's the monthly. The monthly run up, a bull pullback, trying to run up again. We're up 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bars, and we're breaking through resistance. It's open skies if we can keep going to 12,000 on the Dow. 12,000. Nasdaq. wedge. Big rising wedge, bearish divergence on the MACD. We're in trouble as far as the technicals are concerned on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq can lead the rest of the markets. And key area, this trend line is huge. If we break below it, watch out. That means if we get a close below 2634 would be problematic for the markets. Yep, and here's the weekly. Support, support, resistance, resistance, resistance. We'll pull back, we're in up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6, but 6 is an inside candlestick. We have what's called a tweezer top and also a bearish Harami reversal patterns. So far as the weekly is concerned, on the Nasdaq, things look grim, very bearish, especially if we go lower than this low. And that would put that, if we get a close lower than 2645, so something to be paying special attention to. And look at this bearish divergence here on the CCI oscillator. And this is starting to drop below this line here. Not good. So we're seeing a little pressure here on the markets on the larger time frames. Okay, let's bring in the monthly. Monthly bull pullback, we are up 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the Nasdaq on the monthly, breaking major resistance areas and free selling until we get up here around 2,800 and some change. So the monthly looks pretty bullish, and I'd like to see the stochastics rising a little higher than what we're at right now, but nonetheless, it looks good. However, some would say overbought at this moment because of that stochastic. And the Russells can also act as a leading indicator. On Friday, took the biggest hit, losing right at 0.8% when everybody else was basically break even. But the Nasdaq did take a 0.4% on Friday, so they are leading the sell-off right now, heading down. See this high base? It's broken down. So if the high base is breaking down the Russells, look for that to take place on the Nasdaq, and also look for it to take place on the S&P and Dow, because it can lead the markets. But we did have a rising wedge. Let me show it to you. A line going up to this, rising wedge. Now we're just breaking down. Let's see what the weekly has for us on the Russells. Big symmetrical triangle breakout, and we're extended 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this candlestick on the weekly. Tweezer top, bearish Harami. We're in a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. If we go lower than this low, if we get a close lower than 783, we're in trouble. That will be a confirmation of a reversal in the making. And the monthly, big symmetrical triangle breakout, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're getting ready to run into an area 800. Look for 800 to be a resistance point, but it did break a big resistance point here in December already. But 800 could be that. And and as far as the stochastics are concerned, we're overbought on the monthly. All right, let's take a look at groups. I'm at a website called FinViz, and you can see that right there, FinViz. And for the month, we have basic materials that did the very best. Financials right in the middle of the pack. I pay a lot of attention to financials. 3-month performance, basic materials, top of the pack. Financials, not so high. 6 months. Financials, not so high. Down here near the bottom, basic materials doing very well. Now, basic materials, as I'm showing you here, that's been doing really well for the 3 months and the 1 month. Look how well it did for the week. Wow. That is a bearish sign. Anytime you have materials start to spike, expect to see energy spike. And we're seeing crude oil now knocking at the door of $90, and with that, if we start to see solar start to increase, that is a telltale sign of a market rollover as far as sector rotations are concerned. All my students understand this because we teach sector rotation, but I'm giving you fair warning. That is a bearish sign to see basic materials being so strong. Financials need to stay strong. Markets are only as strong as the financial sectors are. Let's see how financials did. Yeah, financials did okay also. So you're seeing financials still showing some strength. All right, let's do the 1 year. Financials near the bottom. Basic materials in the middle. They were heading up. And yeah, that's where we're at. That is where we're at. All right, with that said, we do have the year that has come to a close. And I think that everybody needs to be on a trading path. And we think that your trading path is very crucial to how successful you are as a trader. But the 2010 has come to an end. This gives us opportunity to rest and reflect on all that 2010 has brought us, our learning experiences, our growth opportunities, those that we took and those that we didn't. This is a time to reflect on lessons learned and changes to make. Regardless how motivated you are to become better in things such as trading or business or just overall decision making, we all can be better people. Being a better person doesn't cost us a dime. Thank you for spending your time this year with us here at Grok Trade to hopefully become a better trader because of that. We invite you to develop and grow as a trader with us in 2011. We sincerely appreciate you and you being a part of our team. Take care and have a very safe and prosperous 2011.